You ever notice how money stress doesn't feel like thinking about money? It feels like living with a browser tab open, brushing your teeth, and suddenly you remember the tire tread looked weird. You're in bed and your mind goes, if the car dies this month, what do I even do? It's 2:07 a.m., you're staring at the ceiling, and you're running numbers you've already run 100 times. Like, if you calculate it one more time, reality will change. Then, the next day, you're at work. Someone's talking to you, and you're nodding like you're listening. But you're not. You're doing silent math. Your paycheck minus rent, minus groceries, minus that bill you forgot was on autopay, minus the surprise thing life always charges you for. At the grocery store, you're not choosing food, you're choosing what won't punish your bank account later. You're skipping plans with friends not because you don't want to go, but because you're doing the mental calculation of what yes will cost you. And it's exhausting. Not the kind of exhaustion a nap fixes, because it's not physical, it's psychological. It's your brain stuck in background stress mode, trying to solve an impossible equation. How do I stretch money farther than it can stretch? Most people think financial stress is simply not having enough money. That's part of it. But the bigger problem is what comes with it. When you don't have money, you don't have peace. You don't have calm. You don't feel in control. And you definitely don't feel confident. Financial calm isn't the same thing as being wealthy. It's not $1 million. It's not a luxury car. It's not retiring tomorrow. Those things can be great, sure, but they're not the same as peace. I know people making six figures who are constantly stressed about money. They're scared of losing their job. They're anxious. They're behind. They're worried inflation will ruin everything. They still do grocery store math, just with nicer brands. And I know people making way less who sleep fine because they built something high earners never prioritized: calm. So, what is financial calm? It's the feeling that if something goes wrong tomorrow, you'll still be okay. It's walking into a grocery store and buying what you need without your nervous system acting like you're defusing a bomb. It's being able to say no to opportunities that feel wrong because you're not desperate. It's waking up and your first thought isn't your account balance. You're not panic checking apps. You're not doing emergency math before you've even had water. That's financial calm. And it's not some distant fantasy reserved for rich people. It's a foundation you build, brick by brick, in a specific order. Block 1 is the calm buffer. Most people think step 1 is make more money. Wrong. Step 1 is creating a small amount of insulation between you and disaster. I call it a calm buffer, basically an emergency fund, but I'm naming it for what it actually does. When you have even $1,000 sitting in savings, your brain changes. Not because $1,000 is life-changing money, but because it represents something you've been missing: options. When your car needs a $500 repair, the difference is night and day. Without a buffer, it's panic, credit cards, stress, shame, borrowing, and sleepless nights. With a buffer, you handle it. It still annoys you, but it's not a crisis. That's the first level of peace. Life stops feeling like one surprise away from collapse. And when you get to about 3 months of living expenses, you cross a threshold. Your brain stops screaming survival and starts allowing planning. Because paycheck to paycheck living forces every decision through fear. Staying in the job you hate because you need the check, tolerating a situation you should leave because you can't afford change, and never investing in yourself because your mind can't see beyond next week. 3 months saved doesn't make you rich. It makes you breathe. Block 2 is control, without obsession. This is where people mess up. They think control means tracking every penny like a full-time job. That's not control. That's anxiety wearing a suit. Real control is simpler. You know where your money is going. Most people don't. Money just disappears. And when you don't understand the flow, you feel helpless. So here's the boring but powerful move. Track every expense for 1 month. Not to judge yourself, not to punish yourself, just to see the truth. And the truth is usually hilarious and painful at the same time. Subscriptions you forgot existed, memberships you stopped using months ago, delivery fees that quietly became a second rent payment, and little purchases that don't feel big until you add them up. The moment you see it, you get something back. Choice. You cut what doesn't matter. You keep what genuinely adds value. But now you're deciding instead of wondering where your life went. Control creates calm because it restores agency. It turns money from something that happens to you into something you direct. Block 3 is removing the debt that steals your peace. Not all debt is equal. A reasonable mortgage isn't the same as credit card debt at 22%. Student loans that actually build earning power aren't the same as a personal loan for a vacation you barely remember. The debt that destroys calm is high-interest debt, especially credit cards. Because credit card debt doesn't feel like a problem at first, it feels like convenience, until interest turns convenience into a trap. You buy something for $200 and months later it's cost you $400. You pay the minimum and the balance barely moves. It's slow suffocation. And even when you're not actively thinking about it, your brain knows it's there. It sits in the background like a weight on your chest. Paying off high interest debt isn't just a financial win, it's a mental health win. People describe it the same way. It felt like I could finally breathe again. Block 4 is building confidence through small wins. Financial calm isn't only about safety, it's about confidence. Most people feel powerless with money. The paycheck comes in, the bills go out, and you just survive until it happens again. But small wins change your identity. Saving your first $1,000 and leaving it there proves you can do hard things. Paying off one credit card proves you can beat something that felt permanent. Cutting expenses and creating an extra $200 a month proves you can influence your reality. Those wins stack. Confidence creates momentum. Momentum creates bigger wins. And suddenly you're not the person life happens to. You're the person who handles things. And that confidence spills into everything. You negotiate better because you're not desperate. You choose relationships differently because stress isn't consuming you. And you make decisions with clarity because you've proven you can follow through. Block 5 is understanding this is psychology, not just math. This is where most financial advice fails. People talk about saving rates, compound interest, investing strategies, and those matter. But what matters first is how you think, because thoughts shape behavior, and behavior shapes results. A lot of people live in scarcity mode. Saving feels like deprivation, investing feels dangerous or not for people like me, and money feels temporary, like it disappears no matter what. So they don't save, they don't invest, and they stay stuck year after year. People with financial calm think differently. They see money as a tool that creates options. They see saving as building power. They see investing as buying future freedom. So they act differently. And their circumstances change, not because they were special, but because their mindset stopped running the survival program. And when you're not in survival mode, you start seeing opportunities you literally couldn't see before. Side income, freelancing, asking for a raise, building skills, changing careers, and taking calculated risks. Not reckless risks, calculated. Because you have a buffer, you have control, you have space. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Financial calm isn't far away, but it's not glamorous. There's no viral video about how someone saved $1,000 in 6 months. It's not exciting. It's not dramatic. It's discipline, sequence, and consistency. And that's why most people skip it. They want the shortcut, the 6-figure salary, the perfect investment, the side hustle that magically fixes everything. But the foundation comes first. Here's the order. Build a calm buffer, get control of spending, eliminate high-interest debt, stack small wins until confidence becomes your default, and shift your mindset from survival to growth. That's it. And once the foundation is built, then you make bigger moves, investing for real, multiple income streams, long-term wealth building, retirement planning. But you do it from peace, not panic, control, not chaos, confidence, not desperation. And that changes everything. Financial calm is available to